Tosh event. I'm not sure she needs any introduction either. I just like to hype the two of them, and I want to say a big thank you to the two of you because I was able to bully you guys into doing this. They are very, I don't know why intelligent people are always very not wanting to chat or talk or be out there. So I was sure able to pull them out of their busy schedule, and we are having the wedding conversation cafe today. So I want to give us a little brief about conversation cafe, right? This idea was born many years back, and the conversation cafe actually led me into starting Save the Event industry. I would reach out to people. I would go for events, and then I'll see things just happening anyhow. Ha. And then I'll complain. I'm sure there are times at events I'll come and meet you and I'm like, what is all this rubbish? Like, what's happening? Why is that thing happening that way? And I thought about it like, okay, why do we have to complain and complain and complain? And we cannot just make moves, to ensure that things are done in a better way. And that was how Save the Event industry started many years back. And the Conversation Cafe was just somewhere there. Like, I need to gather people, we need to have these conversations because we really much learn from experiences. Because I also do trainings, you find people who say, just teach me the theoretical aspect and I'm fine. And I'm like, you are missing out because you can only but learn from real-time experience, right? And so I said we would definitely have a conversation cafe one of these days. And whatever happens after the first edition, we'll just keep up from there. So that was how Conversation Cafe came to be. So I want to say thank you for being a part of the maiden edition. That's to everybody in the room.
My brand name is Weddings by Elamo. So I'm into wedding planning and floristry, basically. So if I'm not planning events or doing floristry, I'm a data annotator, actually.
Right. And you came from Ibadan today?
Yes, I came all the way from Ibadan.
And she got here at what time? We should gift you something.
I got here by 8 something.
Yeah. Good to have you.
My expectation, right? I have read and researched that there's money in the industry, but
where is the money?
Not everybody that is getting the money.
And there is money in the industry.
So I'm here to make that money, actually.
I love
How
it.
to make the money.
Love it. A lot of people come into the industry and they say that they are very passionate about the industry, right? And some persons are not being true to themselves, that they're actually in the business to make money. Right. Exactly. Why are we lying? So what are the ways, right, to actually make money in this industry?
Okay, so I love that you're very straightforward. I don't like when people deceive themselves. We need money. Money is good. It's a weapon. We need it. And our mindset is very important when it comes to making money. If you say you have it, you'll have it. If you say you can't have it, you won't have it. If you say it's tough to have, it's going to be tough to have. There is money in this country, let's be honest. I had an event on... we had an event on Saturday, and I just posted some souvenirs. People were like, in this same country, in this same Nigeria. So even for me, it changed my mindset. Even though you think that your mindset is up there, I sat down and I said, how much is one? Let's say 30,000. I did how many?
It's not even 30,000.
It's not? Okay. So imagine that. Some people are saying there is no money. There is money. But you need to connect yourself to that place where the money is. I've told myself that I don't have to work every weekend. Honestly, this work is stressful. It takes from you, your health, your spirit, your soul and body. I've told myself that I don't have to work every day. But let me even do solid one. Do you understand? Do one that will say, bam. So I need to go where money is. But how do you get there? I know that we all want shortcut. There's no shortcut to success. I'm sorry. We have to put in the work. It's not the first year you get there. For some people, yes. But what you also need to do is, when you don't have events of your own, you can work with other planners that are established to get the experience. I know somebody that used to work for me, and she was a freelancer, and she needed to also move. I like it when people are very ambitious. Think, how do I get more? I want to do more. I want to become more. She told me that when she started reaching out to planners and she was mentioning where she had worked, it was easy for her to, oh, you work with Tosh? Are you serious? She had to show videos to prove, because people always call names. When they come, they want to become your lead producer, your project manager. I've worked with this, I've worked with... They mention all the big names. No proof to show that it did. So the person, it was easy to hire her because they saw that, oh, you have experience. We need that wealth of experience. So sometimes the work is not coming, but work with other people so you gain the experience, all the ups and downs, the bars, bows, go through it. So when you have your own, or when yours is, rushing in, you can withstand anything. There is money in this country. Money is spiritual. Life is spiritual. So if you know what you want, you can say no to what you don't want. You already see that, this is not what I asked God for. It's not looking like it.
When she was saying connect yourself to where the money is, majority of us do not know where to draw the line and where to just say it's okay, I'm done with free. Again, don't hear what I'm not saying. Free is good for a while, right? Define how many, but you also need to know where to draw the line. And you see those people who would always come back to meet you to say there's no money, they would not appreciate you, and you would not get good jobs from them. That's what I've observed mostly. I'm going to let Dami share. Can you remember your first event? Can you even remember how you navigated, how you got into the industry and how?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
First of all, let me tell you how I was bullied to sit down here. This are we in the morning or in the
Good
afternoon?
afternoon now.
They bullied me. But it's
Sorry
okay.
now.
No
Sorry.
problem. It's a privilege to be sitting with my mentor and to talk there, and thank you so much for having me as well at this show. Alaga, how did I start? Okay. So I'm not the outspoken spray Alariwo. I was not that kind of girl while I was growing up. So, I mean, my mom still asks me till today, how do you do it? Do you stand in front of people and talk? Because, I mean, she knows me now. So, when I started, how did I start? 2012, my sister got married. So, a friend came to do the Alaga. So, when I was just singing and moving up, and I was like, this... thing looks interesting. I didn't know it was called Alaga at the time. I was just maybe let me use the word mesmerized, and I was like, she was just singing different kind of songs, and I used to sing a lot as a child. I grew up as a Muslim, and then I converted and then joined the choir. So singing was like something natural. It was something easy for me to do. So she was singing different, from Christian to Muslim, and I'm like, my mom is a Christian, my dad is a Muslim. So I have two parents, so let me just use them. So, and then she was singing Muslim songs, and then she was moving to Christian. I was like, who is this person? What was going on? So I was just looking at her, okay. So, and then after the event, after our wedding, strike happened, and then we're to look for a handwork to learn. They just said that we should go and look for something to learn. And in my head, I said, maybe tailoring or what's the other thing? Not makeup. I'm not a makeup person, so that one wasn't hairdressing. Hey, if it was not tailoring, it would be. So I tried tailoring for 4 days, and it was so hard. I mean, the calculations. I was like, can you work with leg on? I beg, and then they said I should be putting leg on one thing, doing bar. I said, please, I'm not interested. And I remember that thing that I saw. So I was not telling my mommy that my sister's. Maybe I should go and think about it very well. You're not ready. Any small thing you come home and be crying. I beg. How will you even do it? How do you want to go and stand in front of people to talk? But I beg. And then she just did not answer me. She just said no. And that was it. And then one day my sister called and she was like, that thing that I said I wanted to learn. Now, do I still want to learn? I said yes now that I told mommy, but she said no. That she does not think I would thrive in that kind of line. I'm saying like, let her try it now. Let her just go once, and if she doesn't like it, she gets back and she'll not go again. That she'll call her friend and ask her how much she'll take for the training. And my mommy said, okay, when you learn more, whatever. And then she called her friend, and her friend said, she can come now. She should come. We have an event next week. Let her just come and see how we do it. And I was so excited. But I was not really excited about going out of the house because, as I said, I don't like going out. So going out was a problem. But I mean, okay, so I went for the event. It was at Surulere. So I went for the event. When I got there, they started the event, and then the bride was dancing in. Is it dancing in or dancing out now? Shisha came in, and then they were singing for the bride, and I was just singing. I said, you have a good voice, so yeah, sing. And then I just sang for the bride. So my first event, I sang for the bride. The first time I went for the training, and that was it. When I got home, I was like, yeah, I want to continue this, and then I continued going for events. I went back to school, but I still kept going. Then after school, I joined fully, and then I kept going, and then I just became fully immersed in the job. I really enjoyed it. It was not actually for the money when I started. I wasn't even looking at the money. I enjoyed singing. So now the talking parts, I would not talk. So I would just sing. So anything that has to do with talking and saying, who is the Alaga? That was not for me. And I was the youngest. I mean, when I started, I was 19. Yeah, so I was the youngest. So talking part, it was not for me. They would give somebody that assignment, but when it comes to singing, they would let me sing. So I was just singing. I mean, singing, looking back now, I think it still affects me, because on the job, I still don't talk as much. I just sing. I'll just be singing. But that talking part, don't expect me to talk. So people will say, hey, we don't see where you. So when anybody comes to my page to check, you don't talk, you just sing.
Funny enough, I've never noticed.
So when I talk now, I've noticed that when I talk now, any video where I talk, maybe I do iduro. So I don't take representing the groom side, because I know I have to do so much talking, and I don't want to talk. I just want to sing and leave. I don't want to. So that's why when you see me on the job, I'm really fast, because I just sing, do what I'm supposed to do, and go. I don't want to talk. So when I do iduro now, people see, they're like, okay, this is another part. So yes, that's how I started.
This whole Alaga thing wasn't the way it is now, right, Dami? How have you leveraged, social media and, okay, I'm not going to say this word. Maybe when you are talking, you will say it by yourself. How have you been able to that word is coming out though. So how have you been able to distinguish yourself as a right, as an Alaga, that you have now become the go-to Alaga? I don't know if any other person experiences it. I have 10 brides, and 9 out of 10, they are telling me that I already have an Alaga I want to use. And then when they say, who is the person? When I say, who is the person, they say, Damilola. Oh, how did you find her? Because I go for that to probe. How did you find her? They say, I'm on Instagram. So 2 questions. How did you distinguish yourself? And how have you been able to leverage social media to making money for you? Oh, sorry.
And Stockwell is fine. Okay, let me start from leveraging on social media. So I'm a very visual person. I eat first with my eyes. So I know that the kind of content I would be putting out is the kind of event I want. So even if I go for an event that I don't really like, my point is I don't need to post all of my events. I do not post what I don't want to come back to me. If I don't want something, I don't post. And meanwhile, I don't post because I want to get engagements. I mean, a lot happened at events. I see a lot. I don't post because I want viral content. I don't do that because sometimes I think for my clients, if I go for an event and something is going wrong, and I now feel like that's what I should post, and like the next client wouldn't want it. I want to protect them.
Yeah.
So I don't post. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't. So
don't worry, I can relate.
Because we see a lot.
Because sorry to cut you there, yes. Right? Save the event industry. That was part of what we wanted to do, right? Like just portraying, like showing you what happens behind the event. But sometimes I think about it like, do I really want to put this out there? Like, how will the people feel when they see
after your wedding,
like
2 days after your wedding, you are scrolling on Instagram, people are bashing you. Sometimes when I see such posts, I'm like, how are you people cope after your wedding? You have to go through this. So I don't do that. I do a lot of sponsored ad. I spend so much on sponsored ad. I post nice content. I post brides that are excited about their day. I just post it. If you check my page, first thing is on negative, I don't want negative comments, unnecessary comments. If I see any comments that will make me feel bad as a person, I don't even need decline to see it. I would immediately. I don't need to see that I have 300 comments on this post. I don't want, if I see one negative, I remove it. I don't want. So I don't want you to come to my page after your wedding and you're checking your videos and you're seeing somebody insulting. Why?
Yeah.
So instead, I would rather not post the videos. But if I notice that this person is just a troublesome person and you're just looking for something to, some people are like that. They just want to leave a comment and, want other people to now start leaving comments under their comments. I just take it out, no problem. Or I delete the post entirely. I don't want any, because there was an event I did, and then people started commenting that maybe the bride or the groom, somebody is owing somebody money, and then they now started commenting, making comments on. It was a really nice video, but I was already seeing about 10 comments saying kinikon. I just removed the video, and then the person now came into my DM to say, I'm like, I don't need to know. I don't want to know. It's okay. Go and sort it out. So the first question was,
how do you leverage social media?
No, I think I've answered that one.
Answered that. Well, part of it. Anyway, the second one is, how do you stand out? How did you now distinguish yourself to becoming the go-to person in the industry?
As I said earlier, I'm very flexible. I
You
don't
are?
waste time.
Oh,
I don't
you
like
don't
people to
waste
waste
time.
my time, and I don't
Yeah.
waste other people's time. When I'm working, I'm very fast. I'm very flexible. I'm trying to on that, okay, we don't have time, okay, but I try as much as possible to still do everything we need to do to cover, every part of the traditional engagement. And also, I think my voice, I have a very beautiful voice. I cannot be,
Yes.
I mean, brides can say,
Yeah. With her, yeah. Yeah. I agree.
so I mean,
and that's what she also just said, the flexibility. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes,
And I hope that we're also learning about being flexible. We'll talk more about
and
that.
then post beautiful content that people can relate to, that people want. So I have a problem now. It's like we're doing the same thing every time. I'm like, this tiring. But because this is what people see and this is what they want. So we keep. So now I just try and maybe just infuse something new. Maybe when I post, when you see it and you like, and then we can so that we don't want to keep repeating the same thing every time. As an alaga, it can get boring. I just wake up to them, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the same thing today again. So I try to just post something else, something different. And I've noticed that most times they don't really. It's that one that they've seen since 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That one content that you saw 2 years ago that made you say, this is what I'm using. You want me to repeat it. So we're just doing that. We keep doing that.
Wow. Okay. How long did it take you, right, for you to get your first worthy client? I'm using that word deliberately. When I say worthy client, worthy in terms of ego.
This is, I don't know. I'm trying to think about it, but okay. First, I was with my boss for 5 years, and 6 years ago, 5 years, and 6 years ago. So we'll be 6. I'll be 6. So we'll be 6 as Damilolathealaga on the 24th of November. So I think I had a soft landing actually. Wasn't really. So joined the job, so I had a soft landing. I didn't really have to struggle for events or anything. Or maybe when I wanted to start out on my own, it was not so easy because it was just me. So but I think I had already started putting out posts on Instagram, and so it was kind of easy for me because of where I was coming from. I learned from a very solid. I had a solid. Maybe that's it. So yes, it was quite easy to say I wanted to charge this amount, and from where I was coming from, it was so nobody could say okay. Maybe somebody said it was too much, but then negotiations and when I started, so I really cannot. My first event was not hard because let me say I left my boss around October, and this person, she was already talking to me before I left, and then she just disappeared, and she came back. I think that year we only had 2 events in December that year, So she just came back and said, Alaga disappointed her. We know how Decembers can be. That's are you still available for the kiniko? And because of the amount I was charging when I was in my boss, so it was just that same amount, and she paid. So that's why I'm saying I had a soft landing. I didn't really have to struggle for maybe this amount or that amount, and I really was not looking at the money. Maybe now I started looking at the money, because I cannot be famous and broke in Jesus' name. Because now people will say, well, I mean, I cannot remain at that spot. So I needed to level up and then, change our rate card and we are doing well. We're not doing, no, I mean, yes, we've also changed. We have from the outfits to everything is, it is a lot of money. So when people come and say, is it not just to come and do a
Amazing, thank you. So how did you? At what point would you say that you landed that?
Okay, like I said on the
IG Live, yeah.
IG Live, for me, I was making jewelry. I was doing jewelry for bridal jewelry, and I was well known for it. I used to do a lot of corals. Corals are expensive, not the plastic ones they are doing now in Brazil. Every corals. I had most of my clients in diaspora. So sometimes some of them would come home to get married, and I'll say, you don't have a planner? Well, my sister, let me do it. I can do it for free. I can, I'll just pitch. As I'm giving you beads, I'm telling you, use me as a planner. We don't have money. Pay me small something. Don't worry. Okay, the first one I did, I said they should pay 50K. My bride. I said, pay 50K. I don't mind. Let me just showcase. And she was she's still a makeup artist. She's now in RTM. I don't even know her. Ginika. That was one of the first brides that really trusted me. So, okay, Tosh, do it. She just made beads for her and her husband. And she said, go ahead. But she saw the stress I was going through. I'll go to Festa, come back, meetings and all of that. They paid me. They paid me well. Wow. At the end of the day.
She paid you more than the 50K you asked.
Her husband was impressed. They were like, you're so passionate about this thing. For somebody who were not paying. After the event, they paid well, and our wedding went viral, Bella Niger, and exactly. So I'd put myself on that spot to say that anybody that come to me. So if you're waiting for people to come to you, it's not easy on Instagram for people to just slide into your DM anymore. I don't know what Uncle Mark is doing, but it's not. Back then it was easier. Yeah. These days, nobody is seeing anybody. Like Damilola said, sponsored post. I know how expensive that is right now. Hey, so you have to be very intentional. Like she said, she had the boss she worked with for 5 years. I know that a lot of people just want to come out one day and say, I'm the boss. I'm the CEO, founder, creative director, manager.
Do the work.
I'm the servant leader. So what I'm saying is work with planners that are established. Like Yinka, I've known her with Adesua for so many years. By the time she wakes up tomorrow and says she wants to start Yinka and children, event planning, something, you won't say she has missed it. She has grown with Adesua. For a lot of these people, they don't want to go through the process. They don't want to do the work, but you have to. There's no, except you have the connect. Some people have it. There's a planner I know. So like us like this, now, you won't see your way up. You have to walk your way up. So what you should do is look for your own strength. What are you strong in? I love to write. I'm a storyteller. I'll tell you how the mother-in-law did this, how the kiniko. By the time you're like, wow, I see the number of saves. People have saved it. My storytelling, I love. Know your strength. Like this is I love to do storytelling.
And so every one of you who made out time to be here, I mean, it's a big joy in my heart to be sitting in this room with you all. Thank you for making the Wedding Conversation Cafe happen.
Can we give a rising ovation to Adesua? I know what it took for her to get this done. It was a lot. Let's appreciate her. And for the event boss community, she does a lot that goes unappreciated. Sometimes it's overwhelming for her and all of that, but she keeps putting in the work. Let's appreciate her. Thank you, Adesua. We appreciate you for what you do. Thank you.
It's been an amazing time here, and I can say that my time here was worth it.